I froze in the hallway, my keys trembling in my hand. My chest felt like it had been wrapped in concrete. 2 years of me quietly paying rent to her, scraping pennies to keep a roof over my head. And now she was standing there, smug, thinking she had me figured out. "Really, Ava?" she said, leaning against the doorframe. "You think you can just—" "Stop," I said, my voice sharper than I expected. "Don't even start. You've had my money. You've had my silence. That ends tonight." She laughed, like she always did when she thought she was untouchable. "Oh, come on. You're imagining things. Dad agrees with me." I cut her off. "Dad? You think Dad even knows what's going on? You've been feeding him stories while I've been paying you thousands. Thousands, Kelsey. And he believes every word because you know how to play the perfect daughter." Her eyes flickered for a second, maybe the first crack in her armor. But she recovered quickly. "You're crazy," she spat. "You'll never—" "Watch me," I said, stepping closer. My mind raced, remembering every time she manipulated, every time she twisted truth into poison. I could feel it now, this storm building inside me. I had something she didn't expect. Evidence, receipts, bank statements, every single payment I'd made for that apartment. I had been silent, yes, but I wasn't stupid. I pulled out my phone, opened the spreadsheet I'd been keeping since day one. $3,200 a month. For 24 months. That's $76,800, Kelsey. Paid straight to you, and now? Now it's coming back. All of it. She stepped back, a hint of panic finally showing. "You can't—" "Oh, I can," I said, sliding the phone across the table. "And I will. But I'm not just taking my money back. You're going to see exactly what happens when you play with someone who's been underestimated." For 2 years. Her phone buzzed. She looked down. I didn't care what it was. I knew she'd been running around trying to cover her tracks. But that little distraction was all I needed. "You're shaking," I said. "Not from fear, though. From realizing your little empire isn't untouchable anymore." Kelsey's lips pressed together. She tried to compose herself, but I could see it, the first cracks of doubt. I smiled because it wasn't satisfaction yet. It was anticipation. The real storm was just about to hit. I walked past her toward the apartment living room, flipping on the lights. Every framed photo of her, of Dad, of me standing in the background like I was nothing, now looked different. I'd been erased from pictures, dismissed in conversation, and belittled for years. But tonight I was stepping out of the shadows. I opened my laptop and connected it to the TV, my bank statements, and rent payment confirmations. Flashed on the big screen. Every month highlighted, every deposit labeled. I could see the disbelief start creeping into her face. "This isn't real," she whispered, shaking her head. "Oh, it's real," I said, voice calm but lethal. "And there's more." From the laptop, I pulled up emails, messages, and the contract she'd made me sign under false pretenses. Everything lined up. The truth was undeniable. And for the first time, I watched her unravel. "Dad, she started, but I turned sharply. "Don't, not a word. You've lied to him for too long. You've made him proud of the wrong person. And now? You can't say anything that will fix this." Her face went pale. And just when I thought she might snap, my phone buzzed. A text from my father. "Ava, are you okay?" I smiled. Perfect timing. I typed back, better than ever. "But Kelsey? She needs to learn something tonight." The door burst open. Dad's eyes were wide, and Mom behind him, holding a casserole like it was a shield. "Ava, what—" I held up my hands. "Mom, Dad, sit down. Everything you think you know about Kelsey is about to change. Everything." Kelsey tried to speak, but Dad waved her off, eyes darting between me and the screen. I pressed play on a video I'd recorded earlier. It wasn't just the bank statements. It was her admitting everything on camera. Every lie, every manipulation, every rent payment I'd made that she'd tried to pretend never existed. The room went silent. The hum of the refrigerator was the loudest sound. Kelsey's face turned red, then white, then a gray I didn't know existed. You can't," she started again. "Yes, I can," I said. And I just did. Dad sank into the couch, rubbing his temples. "Kelsey, why?" She choked on her own words. She wanted to lie, to twist it again, but the evidence was undeniable. I took a step forward, my heart pounding, the fear and adrenaline mixing into something sharp, clean, and unstoppable. "You wanted to take everything from me. You wanted to erase me. But look at you now, sitting in front of the family, exposed. And for the first time, I feel free. Kelsey sank to the floor, silent. Mom muttered something about family is forever, but her voice had no power tonight. And in that moment, I realized something I'd never admitted. I didn't need her approval. I didn't need their validation. I'd survived, I'd prepared, and finally, I had the upper hand. I looked at Dad and Mom. I don't want an apology. I want my life back. And just like that, I felt it, the weight lifting. The years of being invisible, belittled, manipulated, they were over. I reached for my coat. Dad's eyes followed me. Ava, are you going? Yes, I said. And this time, I'm never looking back. As I walked out, the snow crunching beneath my boots, I glanced at Kelsey one last time. Not hate, not satisfaction, just distance. She had learned the hard way that you can't play with people who know how to fight quietly. I had my freedom. I had my evidence. I had my life. And for the first time, I truly understood. Being underestimated isn't weakness. It's the perfect cover for the strongest revenge. Smash that like button if you've ever been underestimated. Trust me, the best revenge comes from quiet preparation. I stood frozen in the kitchen, heart hammering like it was trying to escape my chest. The sound of Kelsey's laugh still echoed from the living room, sharp and fake, like a knife scraping metal. 2 years of paying her rent, 2 years of pretending I was okay while she smiled and counted my money. And now I had the chance to finally turn the tables. I pulled out my phone, hands shaking, and opened the folder I'd been preparing for months. Bank statements, payment confirmations, every text, every email. I had it all. I wasn't just going to prove her lies, I was going to make everyone see exactly who she was. She appeared in the hallway, arms crossed. You're serious, huh? She said, voice tight. You think showing Dad some papers is going to... It's not just papers, I said. It's every month you stole from me. Every time you manipulated Dad, Mom, everyone. It's real, Kelsey. And it's coming out tonight. Her smirk faltered. That flicker of fear, I saw it. I had her. I pressed play on the laptop I'd dragged to the table. Every screenshot, every deposit, every lie she'd told was highlighted. My stomach clenched as I watched her eyes widen, trying to deny what she was seeing. But the evidence was undeniable. Dad and Mom came into the kitchen, drawn by the commotion. Dad's eyebrows shot up. Mom's hand flew to her mouth. Ava, what is all this? Dad said, voice low, confused. I didn't hesitate. It's everything, Dad. Every dollar I paid Kelsey in rent for 2 years. Every lie she told to make it look like I was the problem. She's been taking advantage of me and you this whole time. Kelsey stuttered. That's not what? I snapped. Not true? Not obvious? You've been exposed, Kelsey. And for once, your lies can't save you. Mom shook her head, tears brimming. My babies, she whispered. I ignored her, keeping my focus on Kelsey. Her face went from red to pale, panic spreading like wildfire. You can't, Dad will never believe this. I held up my phone. He's looking at it right now. Every text, every payment. You thought I was invisible, Kelsey. You thought I wouldn't fight back. Guess what? I'm not invisible. I'm alive, I exist. And I'm done letting you step on me. Dad sank into the chair, running his hands over his face. Kelsey, is this true? Kelsey opened her mouth, tried to lie. But the truth was too heavy, too visible. She shook her head. I can explain. Explain what? I said, stepping closer. That you stole from me? That you manipulated Mom and Dad? That you made me believe I was worthless? Her legs gave out and she sank to the floor. I didn't mean... I looked at her, not with anger, but with the cold clarity of someone who had waited years for this moment. It doesn't matter what you meant. What matters is what you did. And now everyone can see it. Dad rubbed his temples. Ava, I don't need apologies, I said. I need my life back. Everything else is noise. Kelsey tried to rise, but Mom stopped her. Sit down, she said softly. Sit and let Ava finish. I took a deep breath. 2 years of payments, Kelsey. $76,800. And yes, I'm taking it back. But more than that, I'm taking back my power. I'm done hiding, done being afraid, done pretending I don't matter. Her face crumpled. Ava, please. Too late, I said, voice steady. It's already done. You built a house of cards and I just knocked it down. Everyone can see it. And I finally see it for myself too. I'm not the problem. You were? She sank further, silent now, finally broken. Dad and Mom sat stunned, the weight of reality pressing down on all of us. I grabbed my coat. I'm leaving now. I don't want this apartment anymore. I don't want this rent back. It's just a reminder of what she tried to take from me. I want freedom. I want my life. Dad tried to protest, but I held up my hand. No, this is my moment. And it's time to move forward. Without her, without lies, without manipulation. I walked to the door, snow crunching under my boots. Kelsey looked up at me, her eyes empty. Ava, you'll regret this. I didn't look back. No, I whispered to myself. I won't, because for the first time, I'm finally free. The front door clicked behind me, and I felt it, the weight lifting off my shoulders. The years of fear and invisibility finally gone. And I realized something. Being underestimated doesn't mean weakness. It means survival. And the quietest ones can sometimes be the deadliest, when they finally decide to fight. Smash that like button if you've ever been underestimated. Sometimes the best revenge is simply standing up and claiming your life.